Here are the top stories of the news. Protest rocks Ibadan over abduction of pupils and teachers as teachers begin indefinite strike. Gunmen ambush police officers returning from duty, kills 2 in Anambra State. And on the foreign scene, Iran and United States trade strikes, Kuwait comes under fire as diplomacy drags on. Good afternoon and welcome to Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. I am Femi Ojo. Civil society groups this morning staged a protest in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, over the recent abduction of pupils and teachers in the state. The demonstration comes a few days after teachers protested in Ogbomoso, where the kidnapping incident occurred, demanding urgent action over the fate of the victims. The protesters marched through part of the city carrying placards with inscriptions such as "Every life matters," "Stop the kidnappers," 47 abducted, scared and alone, and "Stand up, speak out." Meanwhile, the Nigeria Union of Teachers, NUT, has directed all public primary and secondary school teachers in the state to withdraw their services beginning Monday until further notice. According to the directive issued by the national leadership of the union, the strike is in protest against the continued captivity of abducted teachers and pupils whose rescue and safe release, according to the union, remain uncertain. The development followed the directive by President Bola Tinubu on Sunday for the recruitment of 1,000 forest guards to secure the release of the abducted teachers and students.
Our message is clear. By all means necessary. By all means necessary. Bring back our. Bring back our. Bring back our. Bring back our. Oyo State must not be the best set of banditry. Oyo best set of state must not be the best set of banditry and kidnapping. And that is why we are taking this message very strong. I don't expect anybody to go anywhere. In a serious country, serious citizens don't go anywhere working for this country. But because we are so used to talk, we are so used to use like in serious places. Ọba kẹta èèyàn kan ní àwọn ìlú ṣẹ́kí táwọn arábìnrin ní ọpọlọ èèyàn kan lásán nobody go anywhere. But we are not so used to uselessness. We are so used to suffering.
Meanwhile, the chief of staff to President Bola Tinubu, Femi Gbajabiamila, says his principal is deeply worried over the abduction of teachers and students in Oyo State, but has promised to ensure the safe rescue and return of the kidnapped victims. Gbajabiamila stated this on Sunday when he led a federal government delegation to visit the Ogbomoso area of the state to meet with community leaders and families of abducted teachers and students. He disclosed that his principal has issued all necessary directives and is providing every support required by security agencies to achieve the objective, adding that whatever it takes, the children and teachers will be brought home safely. The former Speaker of the House of Representatives, however, assured them that their pain and anxiety are understood. The delegation to the community also included the National Security Advisor, NSA, Nuhuri Badu, the Minister of Defense, Christopher Musa, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Olatunji Disu, the Minister of Power, Joseph Tegbe, and the Senior Special Advisor to the President of Media and Public Communications, Sunday Dare, among others.
Pé níbi tí àwọn wà lẹ́nìí àwọn mójútó gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Pé kẹ́ lọ sinmi kẹ́ni kọ̀ọ̀kan balẹ̀ pé ìjọba àwọn President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wọ́n wà lórí situation ká bára wa bí àwọn ọmọ yín ológo Ọlọ́run lágbára Ọlọ́run wọ́n máa padà láìpẹ́ láì ṣe kí ni láìpẹ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Still, with security, the Department of State Services DSS has arrested 5 persons suspected to be arms couriers to gunmen who on November 21, 2025 attacked St. Mary's Catholic School in Papiri Village, Niger State, abducting nearly 300 students and staff. Items recovered from the men were a large cache of arms, including 15 AK rifles and 1,434 rounds of live ammunition. According to security sources, Yusuf Mohammed, also known as Baturi, who is on the list of wanted members of the Jamaatul Ali's Sunnah leader Wati Wal Jihad, and his accomplice Mubarak Ibrahim were arrested on the Zaria Kaduna highway while on their way to collect a consignment of arms for their commanders. The source added that a follow-up operation led to the arrest of Guni Ibrahim, an international arms courier from the Difa region, Niger Republic. Arrested alongside Ibrahim was one Tukur Sani, who was identified as his accomplice. Days after the arrest, the security sources added that another member of the arms courier syndicate, identified as Alhaji Adamu alias Gado Banufe, supply arms around the Kebbi axis, was arrested in Yauri, Kebbi State. A group of gunmen has attacked police officers along the Amansia Ndiora Indokwenu Awa Ufuma Road, located around Orumba South Local Government of Anambra State, killing 2 police officers. It was gathered that the officers were ambushed and attacked on Sunday night while returning from an assignment. According to eyewitnesses in the area, the assailants, who had laid siege in a nearby bush, opened fire on the officers as soon as they approached, with the gunshots sending panic across the communities along the road. In a video circulating online, the 2 policemen were seen lying on the road beside their patrol van in a pool of blood, with the voice in the video calling for the attention of relevant authorities. When contacted this morning about the development, the State Commissioner of Police CP Ikioye Orutugu confirmed the incident. He disclosed that the command had already commenced investigations and was taking necessary action. The State Police Chief further stated that he would visit the scene of the incident, assess the situation and strategize with security personnel on measures to prevent similar attacks in the state. And now to politics. The presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, Atiku Abubakar, slammed the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, over his recent remark that he will not get 10% of votes the next year's general elections in Rivers State. The former Rivers State governor had at a luncheon over the weekend in honor of candidate of the Rainbow Coalition for the 2027 election stated that Atiku and the ADC will not secure up to 10% of the total votes cast in the 2027 presidential election in the South State. According to him, no other candidate or any other party would win the governorship election in the 2027 contest except the candidate to the agreed by his Rainbow Coalition. Reacting to a statement this morning by Senior Special Assistant on Public Communication Frank Shaibo, the former vice president said the electorate in Rivers State is intelligent enough to decide the outcome of elections in the state. The former vice president stated that no individual, regardless of influence or access to federal power, can dictate how an entire state will vote. Atiku added that the minister's comment only exposed the growing panic within the Tinubu camp over the emergence of a formidable opposition coalition under the ADC. In the meantime, Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed has distanced himself from the report suggesting he is being considered as a running mate of former President Goodluck Jonathan in a proposed 2027 presidential ticket. The clarification came after social media reports claimed Mohammed had been penciled down as Jonathan's vice presidential candidate following the former president's emergence as the presidential flag bearer of the faction of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) led by Kabiru Turaki. Jonathan was adopted as the faction's candidate during a special national convention held in Abuja on Saturday. Although the former president was absent from the event, a certificate of return was received on his behalf by the Bayosa's lawmaker Fred Agbedi. Speculation over a possible Jonathan Mohammed ticket intensified after Nuhu Sadda, a chieftain of the African Democratic Congress ADC, wrote on X that report indicated the Bauchi governor could be paired with Jonathan ahead of the 2027 election. However, in a statement posted on his verified X account on Sunday, the governor dismissed the claims, insisting that he is not involved in any such political arrangement. The governor further said his political attention is firmly fixed on contesting for the Bauchi South Senatorial District seat under the platform of the Allied People's Movement, APM. And elsewhere, the Kogi State government has suspended a Chani festival in Ibira land with immediate effect over security concerns. The state government said the decision was informed by credible intelligence reports indicating that activities associated with the festival could threaten public space, safety and security, and potentially lead to a breakdown of law and order in parts of the district. The announcement was made in a statement issued on Saturday by the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo. The government said while it recognizes and respects the cultural significance of traditional festivals and their role in preserving the rich heritage of the people, the protection of lives and property remains its firmest responsibility. The government also directed all security agencies operating in the state to ensure strict compliance with the directive, warning that anyone found organizing, participating in, or promoting activities connected with the suspended festival will face the full weight of the law. You're watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. We'll be right back after this break. Kindly stay with us.